You've heard the saying, like, stress is a killer, and it's definitely a killer when it comes to results in your network marketing business. If you don't understand what the symptoms are, if you ignore them, you're going to find it very, very hard to get any level of success in your business and happiness in your life. So I got a questionnaire for you today with some yes/no answers to help you understand the level of stress you are or are not experiencing. I'm going to give you some personal anecdotes and some tactics to solve and alleviate that so that you can achieve more happiness in your life and more results in your network marketing business. Stay tuned. I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. So what should we start with, the questionnaire or the story? I'll start with the story because hopefully it will build the importance of this topic with you, because I think this is a really, really overlooked topic and the killer of so many dreams in our industry. I mean, when I start reading off these symptoms, you're going to be like, man, yeah, this is a killer, not just to me personally, but also in a business. So around about 7 years ago when I entered this industry, I came with 50 grand worth of debt. I just lost a business. My grandfather, who was like my father to me, I never had a father growing up, he was very important to me, and he was ill. We knew we were going to die, and I was stressed. I didn't understand at the time what that felt like or what it was. I just knew I didn't feel right. I ignored it, and it made me poorly. Around about 2 or 3 years later, I just kept swallowing it, working, and then just all hell broke loose. You know, one day I woke up, I just felt so ill. I couldn't get out of bed. Started having psychological problems, which just wasn't like me, and I ended up having to have counselling and took a long recovery period to just limp forward and finally get up and finally stand and finally run again. And that, I believe, was avoidable had I understood what to look for and what to do about it. And that's, hopefully, if you take one thing from this video, it's like, wow, yeah, I didn't realise that these were symptoms, and you can then go do something about it. I'm not going to try and treat you in any way here. You know, I'm not a medical professional. This isn't medical advice. But if you can at least become aware of this, start to look for it, you can then take steps to go see a health professional and get the right help and move past this, or at least get some balance before it becomes a problem. So let me bring up this this questionnaire. I've got it off WebMD. Some symptoms of stress according to the WebMD website. Emotional symptoms. Maybe just go through yes, no in your head as you're listening to this. Become easily agitated, frustrated, and moody. Feeling overwhelmed, like you are losing control or need to take control. Having difficulty relaxing and quietening your mind. Feeling bad about yourself. Things like low self-esteem, lonely, worthless, depressed. Avoiding other people. Physical symptoms. Low energy, headaches, upset stomach, including things like diarrhea, constipation, or nausea. Aches, pains, and tense muscles. Chest pain and rapid heartbeat. Insomnia. Frequent colds and infections. Loss of sexual desire and or ability, nervousness and shaking, ringing in the ear, cold or sweaty hands and feet, dry mouth and difficulty swallowing, clenched jaw or grinding teeth. Last few cognitive symptoms. Constant worrying, racing thoughts, forgetfulness and disorganization, inability to focus, poor judgment, being pessimistic or seeing only the negative side. Let me just close that one down. So, excuse me. So you can see, right, if you even had a handful of those symptoms and they were caused by stress, they're only going to get worse, and they are huge, huge impact on your life, right? And your business. If you're only seeing the negative, when are you going to take a risk in your business? If you have an upset stomach, how are you going to concentrate and be fresh when you're creating content or doing a presentation? I mean, that's just two of the symptoms. Now, of course, these could be symptoms for other underlying issues. So this is why I believe you should go seek professional help. But let's face it, even if you have a handful of those things, you aren't going to go nowhere near your full potential. So if these are stress related and you're like, yeah, okay, I feel like I'm doing too much, then here is some suggestions that I can give you that have worked for me, my personal experience. Number one is stop swallowing the attitude that you feel you have to always just work. I mean, we see some professionals talking about this all the time, right? You got to hustle. You don't need 7 hours sleep. You just got to want it more. You're not working hard enough. Just go all the time. That is stupid. It is non-sustainable. You are a human being, not a robot. If you think you can live without even sleep for any length of time, you are going to be ill. And at the very least, why is it smart to sleep 3 hours less a day and the work that you do in those 3 hours and the next 24 be well below par. It's like, let's say, for example, if you were going to work out, you wanted to get in shape, and someone said, hey, you know what, you can come to the gym for 3 hours and, you'll be tired, you'll be past your best. We'll kind of do a little bit of a workout. We'll not lift as much weights. We'll not walk as far. We'll just try and make it to the end of the session. Or if that person said, hey, you know what, come for just an hour. We'll give it all you've got. We'll do a great program, high energy, high intensity. You'll enjoy it. And, then you can go home and recover. Well, we know from scientific study that the intense and pushing yourself and to create growth in a muscle, we have to push it past its limit by putting intensity in. So it's the same in your business. If you want to achieve a result that you've never had before, you can't limp your way to that result. It doesn't work. If you want to set a personal best in a 10K race, do you think limping around is going to help? No. So why do we limp in our business? Because we accept that, oh, it's just me. I'm just lazy. I just don't want it hard enough. I'm just sleeping too much. No, you've got to understand that you're an adult and you can make those choices for yourself. Have listened to some other idiot who's already making millions trying to tell you that that's the way to do things. Maybe that person is 1 in a million. Maybe they can do 4 hours sleep a night. The human race is built for 7 or 8 hours sleep a night. I guarantee you, any study you look for will tell you that that's worth its salt. So that's number one. Be strong enough and confident enough to say, no, that is not what I'm going to do. That does not make sense for my business and my life. I'm going to sleep as much as I feel I need to sleep. Okay, right? Number two, you have to have some level of balance in terms of enjoyment and work in your life. I love what I do. I love creating content for you. I love helping people achieve success in their business. I love it. I'm passionate about it. You can probably tell in these videos, right? But the thing is, I also understand that it takes something from me. As much as I love it and enjoy it, it's me giving. I'm 100% in give mode when I'm in my business, right? Because I'm always teaching something, giving something, answering a question, dealing with somebody's problem, trying to fix them, trying to help them, right? So it's very strenuous mentally and sometimes physically for me. So I understood once I had those problems with stress, when I was speaking to a counselor, he said, well, what do you do to soak back up, Richard? Like, what do you do to take? And what do you mean take? I'm a giving person. He's like, well, Richard, if you want to be able to give at any decent level for any sustained period of time, you've got to recharge. So I started to make things that had fallen by the wayside a priority. Started to take time out to read. I started to take a day off a week. Now, I used to feel guilty about that. Oh my goodness, we're in this debt. I'm trying to build a better life for my wife and daughter. How can I possibly not be working right now and watching a movie? Because the next 6 days, I'm going to be far sharper and perform far better. Also, what happens if we never get to our ultimate goal? What happens if we never achieve what we want to achieve? And the life that we're building right now is as good as it's going to get for a while or for the foreseeable future. I don't want to wreck relationships, and you don't either, with the people that matter to you in the pursuit of a goal that may take a lot longer than you imagined to achieve. Now, do I believe that every goal is achievable in business? I absolutely do. Now, I also believe that sometimes it can take a lot more work and require more from you. Absolutely. So what do you want to happen in 5 years or 10 years if it takes you 10 instead of 5? Do you want to say, hey, we made it. I made $1 million for the family. Built a huge team in network marketing. Built a brand, whatever it is you want to do. But people say, your kids say, yeah, but I don't know you and I'm not interested in that. And your wife or husband is like, yeah, I want out of this relationship. And you've got no friends left. And you're ill. And you didn't work out. And you didn't keep up with the people that you wanted to build relationships with. What point is all that money in the bank if the people you wanted to share it with and the reason why you were doing it, they no longer feel they know you and they don't want to know you? There's just no point to that. So start to look for where you can invest your time and take back a little bit, recharge the batteries. It can be very hard, network marketing. In fact, it is hard. If anybody tells you different, they're lying. When you first start in our industry, it's all no's. It's all rejection. It's all second guessing ourselves. It's all a lack of self-belief. It's all desperation sometimes. It's all on just to tread water and keep our head above and breathe. So if you're not recharging, if you're not getting out of the water now and again to just relax and warm up, you're never going to keep above that water level. You're going to drown. So that makes sense. So anyway, I hope that this message and my story and these tips I've given you have given you food for thought. In fact, more than food for thought. Look after yourself. Look after yourself. It's the only body, the only brain you're ever going to get. And if you are serious about building success in your business, you're going to have to understand that everything falls on your shoulders for a good sustained period of time. And if you're not balancing yourself, if you're not looking after yourself, if you're just ignoring these symptoms, you know, something a heck of a lot more serious is going to come along, and you're going to collapse in your business, if not walking down the street one day. And we just don't want that. So I hope you gained something from this. I hope you found it useful. I hope I've inspired you to take action and take control. Be disciplined with this. If you're looking for some tactical advice that, you know, okay, Richard, I want to be balanced. I want to look after myself, but tactically, I'm struggling in my network marketing business. What should I do? How can I build the best way? I could reduce a lot of stress if I could just get some signups and sales. I got you covered with that as well. I'm going to do a free webinar this week, a couple of different times to suit you, so everybody can, you know, if it's full, you'll be able to catch one in a couple of different times this week. You can go to richardmatharoo.com/webinar, and you'll be able to see there what we're going to cover. Register for free, and I'll walk through some more tactical information that took me from 328 presentations that were all no's in a row to now I've passed way over 700 personal sponsors inside of network marketing. So I built a large team and did that with a lot of leverage using the internet. I teach you some of that stuff on that webinar. I hope you have a great day. Go create a day in a life that counts. Always have more desires than excuses, and I'll catch up with you soon. Bye for now.